Hey there, this is Andrew bringing you another Keyforge Dark Tidings deck reveal and review. I already started ripping this open, but I haven't read anything yet. And I am going to actually try something a little different with this, and then if it feels right, then I might try it on some future videos. But I am going to I'm just going to go a little faster here, so I'll read the rares for sure, and then I'll talk through the effects and how they interact, but I won't necessarily read the full text on every card. And I just want to see if it goes a little faster. I'll probably, if I like this, I'll probably intersperse it between full readings. Um, but yeah, and then I'm thinking what I can do is talk a little bit about what the deck's game plan or lack of it is, and then guess what the SAS will be. And I've said this before, but at the moment, and this is I'm recording this on May 26th. I actually am a bit behind on record these before I post them. That shouldn't shock anyone, but I record them sometimes a while before I post them. So if you here, see this and I say, oh, I looked it up and it's this SAS, then and you look it up and it's higher or lower or something, it is probably because I just trust me, I'm reading it for true. But things do change over time as they should because um, SAS is being actively worked on by some smart people, and so I expect it to get better over time. It'll never be perfect, but it is a useful tool. So anyway, so I'll talk about it and then what I think, and then see what SAS says, and I think that'll be a little interesting twist, I guess. So, having said that, let's see. This is where is the name going to be here? I think it should be down here. All right. So this is the Admirably Linear Burgher. I'm going to guess Logos, Star Alliance, Sanctum. Close. It's not Sanctum, it's Untamed, but I got Logos and Star Alliance right. So I'm expecting some high efficiency from Logos and Star Alliance, and then some Burst and Untamed. This is going to be probably a Burst deck, not a control deck. If it's good, then it'll probably be a good Burst deck, and that could be great. I mean, that could be a really nice archetype to get here. I like the control side. I really like to play control, and so I get excited about unfathomable decks. Logos and Star Alliance, have the capacity to be control-y, but but by and large they love efficiency a lot, and Untamed likes to burst. So put them all together, and if they work well together, I think what you're going to end up with is a fast burst deck. So yeah, so let's see what we get here. It'll start with Logos. Okay, so we have Hide, and then we're going to get Vellum too. These are a pair of creatures. They always come together. Hide is a 4-power human scientist. Vellum is a 2-power human scientist. And they each have an effect that is like Reap, do the thing. If you control the other one, do the thing twice instead. And for Hide, the thing is draw a card. For Vellum, it's Archive. So Hide has draw a card. If you control Vellum, draw 2. Vellum has Archive. If you have Hide, then Archive 2. And if you have them both out, that's amazing. And that can happen. And then they each have a destroyed effect to archive the other one from your discard pile, and if you do, then archive this one. So they are special rarity. They definitely work well together. The trick is, do they stay on the board? Who knows? Always interesting to see. Then we have Universal Key Lock, which is an artifact with a bonus aember that increases key cost by 3 and then gets destroyed after somebody forges. This can be nice. It's a little dangerous to do this if you're trying to run burst, which is again what I'm hoping we get out of this deck, because it'll slow you down. But if your opponent's at 9 and you play this, you're really happy. So it's not bad at all. Binary Moray is really cool. I've not seen this in a while, so I will read it. It's a 5-power AI beast. After you raise the tide, you ready it, and after your opponent raises the tide, you exhaust it, and it has Reap Archive a card. probably like if you're playing a Dark Tidings deck, it's like if the opponent lowers the tide, it gets exhausted, and then you raise the tide and you get to use it, which is like, well, you were going to get to use it anyway. So it's probably worth it, but feels kind of bad. Um, Obviously, if it's ready and the tide is, I don't know if the tide was already low for you or neutral, then maybe you get to reap twice in a turn. But and maybe Bilge Warden can factor in here if we get that. But it's a little weirder than I guess I originally thought. And if you're playing against non-Dark Titans deck, probably it just is what it is. Eureka, always happy to see that. Effectively gain 3 amber and archive 2 random cards, but it's protected from Infernus. It has alpha. Cool. That and this, all this stuff again. A lot of archive here. It could set up for strong burst. Novu Archaeologist lets you archive a card from your discard pile. That's great. We do have a Bilge Warden, so we could potentially, reap with Binary Moray, play Bilge Warden, then raise the tide ourselves, reap with Binary Moray again. Just that's an option, I guess. 2 Bilge Wardens, so maybe you just play them both. Interesting. Information exchange is an action. When you play it, you steal 1 amber. If your opponent stole amber from you on their previous turn, you steal 2 instead. That's fine. Phase shift, that's going to really help our efficiency. You can play a non-logos card this turn. Lets us play an off-house card. It's great. We'll see what our off-house cards are, but phase shift is often very nice. Static charge is an upgrade with a bonus amber. Yeah, you're going to use it against the opponent. Submersive Principle gives us a little bit of amber control. That can be big amber control if we need it. All right, so we're looking at some amber generation, but if we get these creatures to stick on the board, we could have some pretty good archive setup. And if we have a strong burst in Untamed, then that could work out great. We'll see how it turns out. Okay, Colonist Chapman. I love Colonist Chapman. 3 power taunt, and then its neighbors get reap gain 1. They have to be non-Starline. So that is real nice. Like maybe you get the Binary Moray there. Really cool. I like it. All right. Stunner, good board control upgrade. I like that. Glad to see that. I love Trisca. That's fast. You know, so the ideal plan is, I mean, maybe you get this on like Binary Moray, put Colonist Chapman next to it, reap for 2 amber, archive a card. That would be pretty good. And then you put an Untamed card on the other side of Binary Moray, and you get to use Binary Moray every turn at that point, which that makes it much better. Xeno Training, a little bit of light amber control there. You could capture probably up to 3 there. Grand Alliance Council, some board control, and nice in mirror matches, of course. But yeah, it's a nice board control card. You choose a creature of each house and destroy each creature that you didn't choose. Kurkar is going to give us some taunt, some strong taunt protection. Great. Lieutenant Valmart gives us, or Walmart gives us some amber control, increases the key cost temporarily. He's not a bad target for Trisca, although it's a little iffy. Light of the Archons, great to see that. Would really, again, if I get a Trisca and Light of the Archons onto Binary Moray, I would be extremely happy with that. Operative Espeon, another way to use a creature off turn potentially, so or off house. Goes both ways, so you got to be a little careful. Rocketeer Trisca, great. Neighbors come in ready if the tide is high. Really, really nice. Yeah. Oh, and getting to like phase shift the Trisca, that could be really solid. Shinkan, potential steal. I just never consider it reliable, but it's a nice little bonus if it happens. And then we have Zap doing some damage. Yeah, that's okay. All right. I like that. So between the Star Alliance and the Logos, we have potential to get really what I'd like to do is set up where I'm just archiving constantly, right? Maybe on my turn, I um, the tide is neutral. I reap with binary moray, archive because of Trisca. I'm able to do it, and then it's next to Chapman, so it's reap for 2, archive a card, raise the tide. Espeon lets me use my vellum to archive a card. Then I uh, Moray's ready, so I reap with it again, archive a card. I've archived 3 to 4 cards. Maybe it made more sense to draw 2 cards. It gets pretty good pretty fast. All right. Eldest Bear is a 5-power beast leader witch with assault 3, and while it's in the center of your battle line, it gains before fight gain 2. The before fight is important because of the assault, because you can trigger the gain 2 before the assault. Um, I mean, this could work actually. You put this next to, maybe you only have Trisca out, you play Eldest Bear, you play another creature on the other side of it, and you get to fight. That could be great. We have a fertility chant. Talk about burst. Gain 4. Your opponent gains 2. Yeah, that is a lot of burst. Aembermancy. If we get like growth surge, Aembermancy plus growth surge is a 6 amber combo. So that could be pretty good. And I really like Aembermancy, and it can be good against opponents too. We do have a growth surge right there. So yeah, so we have an insane amount of bursts here. We're going to make a lot of amber in Untamed. Sporegorger can potentially set up for the Keyfrog kill. So that is great to see. I like it. Thin the Herd, a great board control card. You shuffle the 4 least powerful creatures into their owner's decks. Obviously, these could be yours, but it can just be really nice when you're a little behind on board control and need that kick. Got 2 of those. I love it. All tied up. Okay, we can flip the tide. It's worth 2 if the tide's already high, and we do have Keyfrog. So yeah, that's nice. What I really want now is a Witch of the Dawn, because honestly, like, we are printing so much amber here that if I can also get a Witch of the Dawn, I can Keyfrog, reap with Sporegorger, kill the Keyfrog, Witch of the Dawn, Keyfrog again. I don't know that, probably don't have a way to kill it twice. So that's a little iffy, but still could be really great. Persistence hunting is going to let us exhaust a whole house of the opponent's creatures. Reap or sow lets us either put 3+1 power counters on creatures, or we ready and reap with a friendly creature. That would actually be a way to do the Sporegorger a second time if we get Witch of the Dawn. No, we didn't get Witch of the Dawn, but it's still great. Um, I mean, this is still great. Having one effectively key charge in here could be really good. I mean, maybe that's you getting your second key where you went up to 14 amber, kill the key frog to get your second key, and now you're on check at 8, rather than sitting on 15. That could be pretty good. Way of the Pixie gives a creature reap gain 1. That is going to work well with the Light of the Archons. I mean, ideally, I really would love to get Stunner, Trisca, Light of the Archons, and Way of the Pixie onto that binary moray. That would feel so nice. um, it seems like a pretty good setup if we could pull that off. Let's just count the raw pips here. I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, although, yeah, let's say 18. That is a lot. 18 is a lot. Just playing cards, we're going to get 18. That is insane. And again, if we get those combos off, which a lot of this stuff, none of these are insane. Okay, you have to have these specific cards combos. I mean, a lot of these are just sort of, hey, you can do these things and they're good, and then you do them in conjunction with these things and they're even better. So these are those kinds of combos. They're just incremental combos. This seems really great. I think this ought to be. I think SAS is a little low for Dark Tidings right now. I think this should be like a 75 in low. I think it probably is better than that. Um, I think this probably deserves to be like an 80, but it's probably going to be like 75. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna actually pull up a browser. I'm not going to show you, but I am going to pull up a browser. And hmm, all right. There's the deck. And load up DOK. Deck's a Keyforge. I'm really excited to play this. So if you don't see me playing this, you can call me out on it. I'm a hypocrite, but I do intend to play this. The DOK importer seems a little stuck. So um, hang on. Okay, there it is. It is exactly 75. And like I said, I think that's too low. It should be higher, but um, I think Dark Tidings just gets rated a little low right now, and that's okay. But I called this, and I feel pretty good about saying 75, and it got right on 75. I guess I'm uh, maybe that means I pay too much attention to stats, but I feel pretty good about it. So yeah, this seems really good. I am really happy to play this some and see how it goes. Um, yeah, seems nice. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you oh, there's my dog trying to sneak in on the picture here. Hope you enjoyed and that you'll get out and forge some keys. Don't believe those low SAS ratings. Give them a shot. Give them a chance. All right.